Have you ever stopped to think, what is the cost of what you do not know in your business when you're not hitting your numbers and employees are full of excuses? As you heard in the introduction, I'm Gary Patterson, Stanford MBA, Big Four CPA, helped over 200 companies, all the way from startups to Fortune 500 divisions. So what? What I'm going to tell you about today is I want to save you from a year like I went through on a story we're going to talk about briefly, where if we would have had a tool now called enterprise risk management, wouldn't have happened, these issues. Let's go back a couple years. And dream company, IPO, absolutely guaranteed. This was the third year in a row that we had been on the Inc. 500. We had completed the obligatory Big Four CPA audit. We had Merrill Lynch increasing our line of credit so that we could go public within the next year. One small problem. This $40 million company had bought $30 million worth of suitcases they did not know they'd bought. Of course, we couldn't pay for it because we didn't know about it, They were manufacturing it in China as we spoke. So there was no way to stop it, I was told. We didn't have a place to put it. How big a warehouse do you think it would take for $30 million worth of suitcases? And I learned they were going to sit there a long time because we had ordered the wrong suitcases. We didn't order what was selling. You think, oh my goodness, has anybody here ever walked into a situation, you didn't create it, but you were responsible and they said, you've got to fix it? Or, if you haven't, fortunately, you really don't want to, or you'd sure like to save a friend from going through that? Well, I can tell you, when I found this stuff, I was absolutely sick. I thought I was going to throw up. The prior company wanted me back. It was like, how soon should I leave? But, you look at this one, and to make it worse, nobody believed me. What's $30 million worth of suitcases accidentally purchased? So they made me go back and run the numbers twice. No surprise. And then panic hits. Well, after all, the CEO had to personally guarantee that loan, so they were going to come get his house. All these executives that thought they were going to be part of this major success story, unfortunately now what they were going to see instead was big, cocky company, loses focus, does all of these stupid things. Of course, we were big enough it would have been on the front page of the Wall Street Journal and the regional Sun Sentinel. So what do you do in a case like this? Well, in some of the best work I've ever done in a year, I solved that. The company's alive. First thing I did is I cut $15 million of the impossible to cut inventory. Now, you look at it and you say, well, what's in it for me? Well, let me tell you that this practice I've created, the fiscal clinic, which is a practical way to do this, is I've done something that will work for companies as small as 2 people with a vision to, as I mentioned, a Fortune 500 division. You come back and you look at the other ones. Across all industry lines, these practices work. Would have saved me a really, really miserable year. But, you wouldn't have gotten this great story if we had done that. Now, you come back and say, but, I hear that I don't have to do those things. I'm a private company. I'm whatever. Hey, hate to tell you this. Private companies, nonprofits, not just public, everybody has to have an ERM process because Standard & Poor's and Dun & Bradstreet have said this is an obligatory part of your credit rating, and the quality of this program is going to impact your credit rating, ability to borrow, etc. Well, you look at it and you say, I don't have time for any more of these things. There's a desk, behind me is a desk of things. I understand everybody in this room, I've heard, has 60 hours of work they just can't get to. But let me tell you why it's important. There's a recent study that came out of middle market company chief executive officers and chief financial officers who said 89% of them, it is crucial for us to have an ERM program. 11% have it implemented in place. Now, in the last few moments of our time together, I mentioned there are 6 questions I'm going to give you to help you in this particular situation. First, what are the 3 things that could occur so that you don't get your bonus this year, so that you don't hit target? Pull out a sheet of paper and make some notes for just a moment. I'll pause to let you write.
Gary W. Patterson, President and CEO of Fiscal Doctor, is a high-tech growth consultant for more than 200 companies spanning high-tech and service industries. His clients include startups, Inc. 500, and middle-market companies worldwide. Patterson has written widely on ERM, corporate governance, risk analysis, and the impact of renewable energy on the world economy. For more information, visit his website at www.fiscaldoctor.com. Mr. Patterson also offers a free physical fitness test at fiscaldoctor.com/fiscaltest.html. He can be reached by phone at 781-237-3637.